Know your season. Know when to grow and when to bloom. The difference between the two is just like in nature, right? When the forecast tells us it's winter, spring, summer, or fall, we immediately know what to do. We dress differently, we plan differently, we already have in our minds the activities that are available to us, what we should be doing during those different seasons. The same way your mind shifts, the same way you prepare your mind and your body for natural seasons of life is the same way you should prepare your creative seasons in life. So there's a difference between knowing when you've been planted and when it's time to bloom. The key is when you've been planted, that means it's time for you to grow. And so during those seasons of being planted, it may seem like the days are long, dark. Maybe you've been feeling uninspired. Those are the best times when it's time to write, create some pitch decks, something visual. But those are great times to know that it's time for you to grow, right? And so you use those seasons. Maybe you don't have a lot going on around you production wise, or maybe you do. You just don't have the access to get on. This is the season for you to grow your creativity, grow your craft. Maybe this is a great time for film references, binge watch a bunch of films, not just for fun, but for the stories that you want to create. But on the other side, when you're feeling hopeful, joyful, your vision is clear, you know your story, that's a great time, right, for production, right? Or to start, mapping out your film, right? Or whatever your project is, whatever your production is, your story. But for the most part, when you feel like you're in the sun, you're uninhibited, and people are drawn to that. And so that's your time when I want to encourage you to bloom. That is your season to bloom. And one careful nugget during your season when you're supposed to bloom is to don't let anyone shade you from your light to bloom. I mean, like where I live, we have a bunch of trees, right? And we called in the arborist one time and we asked him like, hey, there's this tree that's leaning a lot. And so is it about the fall? What is the deal with this tree? And he said, no, that tree just grew that way because there were so many other trees around it, shading it, blocking it from the sunlight. So it grew in so many different ways so that it can find its light. But either way, it was determined to grow. And so that's exactly what I want to encourage you to do creatively is no matter what, find your light, right? To help you tell those stories again, to blow the dust off what you want to do, to believe again, truly. So know your season, prepare for it. There are great things that you can do in either season. Click the link below. Go ahead and download my free gift. I have some tips for what you can do in your different seasons, right? Breathing life into your dreams again is one of them. But I just really want to encourage you to know that season, grow in your season, or bloom. Either way, keep moving.